You know, we're marking Harvey's landfall while monitoring that system in the tropics destined for the Gulf, Dave.
Yeah, a lot happening today in the tropics with the anniversary and all. So this one looks likely to become a named system. Real quickly, names where we are. It's been a busy season. Next names on the list are Ida and Julian. I've got that asterisk down the list there. Mindy, that's where we were this time last year. So it's busy, but not as busy as last year. So Ida or Julian, 80% this spot forms in the open Atlantic, and then an 80% chance our spot forms in the open Caribbean. This spot, 30% chance, and both these systems out here will stay in the Atlantic, so we're not worried about them right now. This is our spot that tonight now has a 60% chance of developing that closed low and getting upgraded to a depression within the next 2 days. That's the change in the past hour. Also a change, the latest suite of spaghetti plots from the Hurricane Center have run. You know, they're a little bit tighter clustered, but not nearly as tight as they need to be. Basically, the focal point is now from Houston to about New Orleans. However, you can see possibilities from Brownsville all the way to Panama City exist. What we need is more information in what's going on in the atmosphere ahead of the storm to feed that information into the computer models, and then they'll get a much better forecast. And that process is going to begin to happen tomorrow with the Hurricane Hunter flights. They're going to fly at low level and at high altitude. The Gulfstream 4, Gonzo is the nickname. That flies tomorrow. They'll gather data out ahead of the storm, put it into the models, and you wait. You'll see in a day or two those models really begin to tighten up, but I think it will take a day or two to really get a better forecast on that. What's happening right now with the steering currents? Mountain of high pressure is parked over the central U.S. That mountain of high pressure has been on us for a week. It's what pushed Grace into Mexico, but here's what's going to happen. That mountain's going to split and create a weakness or a valley, if you will, in between the two mountains, and that's where the system is going to go. It's the path of least resistance. The problem is it's a very wide valley from the middle Texas coast all the way to the Florida Panhandle, and we're not able to pinpoint where that system exactly is going to end up just yet. Two of the big models that we lean on, the GFS, the American model, and the European model, on Friday are in perfect agreement with the system forming off the western tip of Cuba, but then they differ on a couple of different platforms. First of all, the American model becomes much more intense Sunday morning and is also out ahead of the European model on Sunday, and it has a landfalling hurricane near New Orleans Sunday night, while the European in red has a landfalling hurricane southwest Louisiana Monday afternoon, almost 18 hours apart. A good indication of how different the models still are. They need more of that good data in them to get a better forecast. And I know what you're thinking on the anniversary of Harvey. Is it forecast to sit? No, it's not at the moment. Forecast to move on inland and not sit, at least not near us. So what is driving this rapid intensification that the models are suggesting? It's the upper level winds. And right now, they're cutting across the Gulf. That's wind shear. If they were to move a storm into that environment, you would see the storm be tilted over, and that would disrupt its circulation. However, watch how this is going to evolve out over the Gulf of Mexico. Those upper level winds are not only going to let up, but we're going to get what's called a ridge of high pressure up at 34,000 feet. See it? See that circular pattern surrounding the Gulf? That creates upper level diffluence. Those are the type of upper air conditions that can lead to rapid intensification. So what to do with all this information? At the moment, the most important thing is to monitor the forecast for changes a couple of times a day. Inland areas, check, make sure you've got supplies you may need. On the coast, know your evacuation routes and check supplies and stay close to the forecast with us.